It means nothing to us now, right? I want them to tell us stuff like that the day before. When you tell it to me after the fact, it's like, what am I going to do with that? We all do. Okay, so we sit back and we let the opportunity choose us. We let the opportunities step up. We let the first thing that grabs our open awareness and our ready attention, what grabs that? All right. Your search can interfere with that process. If you're searching, you're waiting, it's different. So we don't want to, when you're waiting in an open state of awareness. You have a resting readiness. You're just waiting for something to step up to the plate, waiting for something to stand out and say, I'm your one, I'm your opportunity today. And that's the way you deal with this. We've got 30 seconds to go here, guys. Let's do this. Fifteen seconds. One. Boom. I love this game. This game called trading has served me practically my whole life, and I love it. Look at 1 minute. Why can't I get that 2 minute fixed? Is that NVIDIA? Facebook has experienced a snap back to the upside after gapping down. Powerful snapback too. That on your list, SBUX, Starbucks. Pay attention to Twitter, JD, Microsoft, all of them, basically. Guys, if QCOM breaks to new lows, that can be a play. If QCOM breaks to New York lows, that can be a play. If QCOM can be a short, but I would do one lot. Microsoft's a short right here, right here. Is Baba a short here? Baba is a short as well. But these are big bars, remember, so you got to play small. Why? Because the bounce after big bars, 50% of the time you get a bounce after a wide bar like that. So it breaks and gives you the entry, like Baba gives you the entry here, but then the bounce comes fast 50% of the time. All right. So that's why you have to play small, one lot, so that you can get the other lot on if it bounces. But 50% bounce shortly after. You can't be afraid of the bounce, but you got to play it small. You play it regular if that elephant bar is not that big. See, this is an anticipatory elephant bar. I didn't catch it though. Didn't catch it. But Microsoft is short. Apple. And these things are dropping so fast. Facebook, bear 180. NVIDIA continues to move to the downside. Okay, Baba breaking to new lows here, guys. I did get that bounce. Nice. Let's see if I can. So fast. I'm just vacillating between profitability and break even. See, for me, guys, a gain of $1,000, that's not really a gain to me. I was talking about this. I was talking about this over the weekend, right? Where I was explaining to traders the neutral zone, right? So when you enter a play and you're down and you go down a little bit, that's not a loss. A loss is your stop. So the entry price all the way to your stop, that doesn't mean that you're really at a loss. The same way, if you're up, let's say you're up 20 cents from your entry, and your rules say take gains no less than 30 cents. Let's say that's one of your rules. So you're up 20 cents. Your P&L says that you are positive, but that's not really a positive. That's neutral. So you have a total neutral ground from your stop to over 230 cents. So wherever your stop out point is, all the way up to wherever plus 30 cents is, that's nothing. You relax in that zone. It requires action. I'm just using this as an example, by the way. Below your stop is outside of the neutral zone. That requires action. So notice that Baba bounce, guys. Look at that Baba bounce. Here's the 50% mark. Nice little bounce there. That's what I was waiting for. Waiting for that bounce. Guys, who took the Microsoft short? I told you that was setting up a nice little short. Nice. Look how beautiful and classic that is. Classic, there's your 50% mark. Boom, classic, whale complete. Apple, beautiful. Whoa, Baba continues to drop. Beautiful. The Starbucks gave you a bounce. Let me show you the Starbucks here, guys. And drop now. In a scenario like this, what you got to do, right, is you got to fill the gap in. Yes? And that brings clarity to the situation. Does this make sense, traders? All right. Okay. Nice. What are we looking at here? Who got the whale this morning in anything? You know, the whale is this drop. They got the first drop and the second one. So 1, 2. I love it. Beautiful. I just want to know who's making money here this morning. Who is making money this morning? Who is making money this morning? Who is making money? Woo! All of you are making money. What? Dinero, 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 dinero. ¿Quiénes ganando? Muchos. Todos ganando, haciendo dinero con Oliver. My babies, bebecitos. I love it. Starting off the week right, guys. Starting off the week right. Still in Microsoft, Eduardo. Nice. All right. Tight stop, though. Remember, guys, after whales, there's good odds that the nature of your stock changes. You can give things a try, but tight stops. Tight stops. After whales are complete, the nature of your stock often changes. Not all the time. After whales are complete, now the stock takes on a new life a lot of times, that this is over. You see? The nature of stocks change after whales are complete. All right. See that bounce in Baba's a little stronger than normal. The whale's complete. Apple, the whale is complete in Apple. Whale complete. Boom. Boom. Mentioning the Starbucks. Be careful of these moves that don't break the low. You know, maybe this one will. You can give it a chance. You just always keep that stop tight because See, these bounces from the bounce from a new low is what has the higher odds. The bounce from a failed low has a higher odds of breaking above that peak. You see? So you got to be careful with that. Does that make sense, guys? Keeping you, look at what I'm telling you with the Baba, keeping you out of trouble. You know, what else? NVIDIA was interesting this morning. You got that no follow through after that big red bar. Interesting. Look at the Starbucks, guys. Look at the Starbucks. What I'm telling you. No new low. Be careful of shorting that rally after no new low. That's right. Felipe got it first. Market law number 4. If it fails to make a new low, it will likely make a new high. There it is, on its way to a new high. Saving you guys from yourselves. I love it. Oliver wants more. Oliver wants more. More, please. Por favor. Some of these bounces are strong. They look higher, guys. Like Baba looks higher to me. Twitter's bounce was very powerful. There's the new high, guys. There's the new high. If it fails to make a new low, it will likely make a new high. Market law number 4, in your face. En tu cara. Woo! Oliver wants more, please. More, please. 4,000, por favor. Quiero 4,000. I want 4,000. Let's go. MU came all the way back to the 200. Wow. That's impressive. Look at that MU. Who thinks MU is a short, guys? Who thinks MU is a short? Felipe is asking, do you short this? Who thinks this is short? All right, well, let me just do this. I'm going to fill it in into one bar. All right. Now, I'm going to ask you again, who thinks this is a short? Who wants to go up against this? Huh? Want to go up against that? Want to make the game harder than it has to be? All right, go ahead. Guys, this is what gets you guys in trouble. You just look at location without power and violence, then the location doesn't mean anything. Now, I'm not saying you can't point to exceptions where a stock will drop back hard after a violent, powerful move like that, but I am telling you that over time, you will lose. But it'll drop back and boom. Look at the nature. Glad I took my profits there. But look at the nature of your stock changing after the whale. Look at the nature of your stock change after the whale in Apple. Boom. Whale complete. It's a different stock now. JD. Drop, rally, whale complete. It's a different stock now. Remember, you don't get the chance to choose the size of your whales. You don't get that opportunity. Some whales are little, some whales are big. Ella, you brought your laundry list of questions with you here this morning, Ella? How many you have? How many do you have? All right, let's go. Let's go. Can't read a book here. Jesus. This is like 15 questions in a paragraph. Look at that. Nature of your stock changes, guys. Ella, are you? Why don't you're not in my mentorship sessions, are you? Okay. So basically, Ella, the question Ella's asking is, if you have earned the right to take a profit, have you earned the right to move your stop to break even? Somebody help Ella out with this. Is the answer yes or no? If you've earned the right to take a profit, have you earned a right to move your stop on the remaining amount to break even? The answer is yes. That right, and you take a profit on a portion, you can move your stop, mental stop, to break even. Yes. This is not the only style of trading. For instance, Dan, I believe, uses a different approach to break even. This is my style of the break even stop. I'm not a big fan of break evens. It just doesn't suit me well. Well, what's break even, Ella? Price. So yes, your break even changes when you add. It's where you don't you're saying that you do not want to go into negative territory, right? With the remaining lot. So wherever that price is, that's break even. Basically the penny before you start to go negative. You got it? You understand? What you're asking though is it on even is break even incorporating the profit that I took? Is that what you're asking? Oh, okay, that's actually a good question. It's either or. It's the trader's choice. So most traders don't want to lose the profit that they earned on their first part. So that is now off the table. If they take profits on, let's say they have two lots, they take profits on one lot, that lot profit is secure. They will not let the other lot rob them of the profits they earned on the first lot. That's the majority of traders. Some traders actually will use a total break even, which means that the profit that they took lowers their break even. Does that make sense? The two types, the two styles. Most traders take a profit on a part and will not allow the second part to rob them of the profit that they earned on the first part. That's the majority of traders. Some traders use the first profit to lower their stop, to widen their stop, so that they have now earned more room. It's your choice. You can always use anticipatory entry, but anticipatory entries are not a choice, Ella. It's if your stock is demanding that it be an anticipation entry. You're a good candidate for mentorship program. You might want to consider that, Ella, because your questions are very specific, and that's what deals with the minutest, most specific part of the trading, the mentorship program. You won't have these questions. All right, Alejandro, is it valid to enter the second candle without having an event just because it's going down? Is that just a fancy way of saying, is it okay to chase the stop? Let me see. I don't see what you see in Twitter right now. What are you asking me? Is it valid to enter the second candle without having an event just because it is going down or going down? This is not a pinch play, Arturo. No, this is far from a pinch play. Arturo was asking, is Twitter a pinch play? No, not even close. Look at that, JD. Nature of the stock changes after the whale. Brand new. Okay, very powerful. If a trader wanted to take a short, you're not looking for half. You're looking for a scalp third, right? But this is what gets most of you in trouble, fighting things like this. There might be a little drop there, but who wants to go against that? You know, not smart. Better odds out there. Better odds out there. Guys, give me a second here. I'm taking the sound off. Having the same issue that a lot of beginning traders have when they learn the basic concepts that I teach them about pullback, right? So pullback stays in the upper 50%. This becomes an addable pullback for the whale, right? But which one is the pullback in Twitter here? Is it this or is it that? You can't raise your stop because a 1 bar drop doesn't make for a pullback. A pullback is not 1 bar. You understand? This is more of an RBI occurring here. This is not a pullback. This is a pullback, a multi-bar drop. A pullback is a multi-bar drop. It's not 1 bar. You can't have a 1 bar pullback. You can have a 1 bar collapse, but not a 1 bar pullback. All right. NVIDIA's power trending, guys. Look at power trends every chance you get. Look at power trends every chance you get. Become intimate with how a power trend looks. Look at the 45-degree angle. Look at the little bars. Look at the um look at the frequent ease with which it just takes out 1 and 2 red bars. Take a look at BABA is power trending. The frequent RBIing, the 45-degree like angle, although that angle is getting a little sharper now. That angle is getting sharper, but this is making new highs now. But I want you to become intimate with power trends. I want you to know how they look. What else is power trending here? Twitter is power trending. Last pause area though, this is a little extended now, see? It's away from the pause, so it's a little extended, but it's been power trending. JD, power trend. In a way, just frequent RBIing. Study power trends, they'll help you. They'll help you. How is power trending? Yeah, how was a power trend as well. Nice. AMD. Yes, AMD is power trending now, yes. Frequent RBIing. Tight, narrow trend. I think late morning, afternoon might bring me some interesting opportunities. We're going to see. Late morning. NVIDIA. What hasn't bounced? Microsoft hasn't bounced. unable to bounce along with all the rest. So Baba should work its way back all the way to the 200, or it might even try to close the gap. Um, that still looks higher, powerful. If things start to fall apart again, Microsoft should drop pretty hard because it's the weakest of the bunch. It did not bounce along with everything else. Apple, Baba, MU, Facebook, all these things start to crash back down. Microsoft should drop hard because if it didn't go up during the strength, it's going down during the weakness. That's relative strength analysis. Did anyone catch the Mario? Yes, Mario's asking, can you get in on a power trend on any RBI? Yeah, you can try. That's how you jump on board a power trend that you're not in. Yeah. NVIDIA? Hmm. An aristocrat. An aristocrat. To know that you're going to be profitable at the end of the month. Is that your position, Carlos? You're going to be profitable at the end of this month? You know, I can understand why many of you may have a month mentality, right? Month mentality. I had a trade mentality. So trading was always wonderful to me in a variety of aspects, but one aspect, it was exceptionally wonderful to me. Trading, I realized, was like being Catholic. You know, you can just say a few Hail Marys and go to the priest and say, okay, say six Hail Marys, I mean six prayers, this or that, and you start all over again. You're clean, you're fresh. Um, New trade was a new beginning. It was like I repented of anything wrong that I did. I asked the trading gods for forgiveness, and it was like the next trade was a brand new world, a brand new life, a brand new start. I had more of a trade mentality than a month mentality. I focused on how can I make this next trade the perfect one? How can I execute it better than I've ever executed any trade in my entire life? And I went into every trade trying to do that. How can I make this on a month, which is 3 weeks out or 2 weeks out? I'm halfway in the month. I need to end the month profitable. That is moving beyond the trade in your face right now. Handle each trade well, and your month is going to be well. You follow what I'm saying? No? Okay. Nobody follows? Oh, Elvira, thank you. One trade at a time. Yep. Just like you, it's just like life, guys. One breath at a time. That's how you live your life. One moment at a time. That's how you live your life. Oh, that's how you're supposed to live your life. I got a question for you. This is a little off topic, just a little bit. Question for you. Can you actually worry about what's happening right? Think of worry, worry. Can you worry about what's happening right now? Or does worry come into existence when you think of something that might happen? Can you worry about something happening now, or can you only worry about something that did not happen but may happen? Right. You can only worry about what has not happened. So you want to live a life free of worries? Stay right now, right here, right now, and just deal with whatever enters your now. So now everyone has a personal now. I would say that personal now is 15 minutes. So your personal now is from this second to 15 minutes from now. That's your personal now window. It's 15 minutes long. So anything that comes into this 15-minute window, you deal with it. Anything that's not in that 15-minute window, you ignore. Now that's living in the now, right? Because you might have to, you have to, shoot, I got to leave to go pick up the kids in 10 minutes. That's in your now. You understand? Oliver's session starts side of the now. Don't worry about it. So now bring this to trading. Most of you are leaving the now in your trade. You have projected yourself to the end of the trade, which is creating a bias. And it creates pain when the stock doesn't do what you are imagining it should do at the end of the trade. Deal with what the stock is doing right now. Most of the time, there's nothing to do. Most of the time, there's absolutely nothing to do in a trade. But you feel like you're doing something every second of the trade. That's a 12-minute trade is 6 bars, guys. 6 bars, a 6-bar trade. That's 12 minutes. Think of a 6-bar trade. Think of 12 minutes. How much of the 12 minutes does your actions take up? Maybe a second and a half. The time it takes to press a buy button, press a sell button. Most of the 12 minutes, you do nothing. But it doesn't feel like you do nothing, does it? And that's because you're mentally in overdrive during your trade. Your ego is crazy. When in fact, if you know where your stop is, there's nothing to do until it gets there. You know your profit-taking rule. There's nothing to do until it gets there. So in between, this shouldn't be work. This shouldn't be trying to figure something out. This shouldn't be any mental processes and overdrive. Do you understand what I'm saying? Most of you are worrying in your trade. You're worrying in your trade. What are these things doing here now on me? What are they doing? Got Facebook coming in, Baba trying to come in, Apple dropping, Starbucks dropping. All right. You are so very welcome, Carlos. Isn't trading so amazing because it's really life? You can't get good at trading and not get better at life. It's crazy, right? It just makes it sacred when you realize that, like, trading starts to become sacred. It stops being an activity that you're out to buy something for $1 and sell it for $2. It goes beyond the financial aspect. Get better at trading unless you get better at being better. Better trading comes from you being a better you, really. And a better you makes for a better human being. A better human being makes for a better world. If everybody became more disciplined in the world, wow. If everyone in the world just kept their word and their promise more, the promises they make more. If everyone in the world increased their ability to keep their own word, I will not lose more than $300 on any given trade. On any given day. Those are promises. Anyone who gets better at keeping their promises, if the world got better at keeping their promises, if politicians got better at keeping their promises, if parents got better at keeping their promises, if husbands and wives got better at keeping their promises, what would the world become? Wow. You can't get better at trading and not become a better person. It's impossible. And a better person affects the world. This is spiritual, and you should approach it as such. Alexandra, I have no idea what that question means right there. I am just totally lost with that. 92:8 ratio, what is that? Oh, I see what you're saying. I think when the market stops working due to 92:8 ratio changes. Um, well, you don't have to worry about that because that's not going to happen, Alexandre. I'm just saying, imagine. That's the power of this thing. Imagine, but that's never going to happen. You know, I love this game, and it is a game. We know this, but I love it. 36 years in, March will be 37, 32 as a professional. 37 includes all of the hard, stupid, idiotic years. They were necessary. But after all those years, man, I love it more and more. Know who you really are. Trade. I'm telling you that trading is one of the purest windows or mirrors into the soul of an individual. You want to find out how messed up you are as an individual? Trade. You'll face reality. Reality will be in your face about who you are. And if that doesn't put you on a self-discovery path, then nothing is going to be able to do that. Trading will have you digging into yourself, asking yourself all of the right questions. Why can't I do what I just wrote down? Why can't I do what I said I was going to do? What happened in the middle of the trade to me? Why did I do that? That's the start of becoming better right there. That's what starts it. Self-inquiry. Self-inquiry starts your journey toward enlightenment. Most You're asking everybody else questions, but never themselves. The best questions are those that you make to yourself. The best questions in life. Who am I? The ultimate question. What am I? Why? Oliver, why did you do that? That question is powerful. It puts Oliver on the spot. Oliver, why did you do that? Just don't ask these questions out loud. Otherwise, anyone around you will think you're freaking crazy. You will find some good things too. Alexander says that when you trade, yes, you will discover things that are ugly and bad about yourself, but you'll discover some wonderful things too. That was not my experience, but that might be your experience, Alexander. That wasn't my experience. Oh, John, I sometimes I trade beyond the open. Oh, yes, absolutely. I mean, my iPad nearby if I'm having lunch, right? And if I see something that like almost smacks me in the face, I'm taking it. But it's not like I'm looking for anything. It's just like it's there. And at this point, if it's something powerful, it will call my name. Boom! I'm right on it, just like that. But I'm not watching the bars and this and that. I'm spot checking every now and then. And if during one of those spot checks something smacks me hard, I'll take it. But that's me. Session? Nice. All right, guys. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your trading day. We'll be back.